obviously your life coach too. So, with that, folks, we're starting today's tour in the Amazon rainforest on the Amazon River. Now, the Amazon's full of a myriad of insects this time of year, the most colorful and abundant of which are these giant butterflies you can spot through the mist. Now, fun fact about them, folks, their wingspan can stretch all the way from 12 inches up to a whopping whole foot. Yeah, they're known as the rulers of the jungle, although if I'm honest, they're mostly just monarchs. So with that, we're now approaching Inspiration Falls. Now, Inspiration Falls, they tell me, gets its name because if you stare at it long enough, it will inspire even the most timid of traveler to go. And go. And go. Deeper and deeper into the jungle, that is. So like that, we're now leaving the Amazon rainforest, although I guess today was more of a mist forest, so, you know, apologies if you missed it. But we're now entering the Congo River, which reminds me, folks, well, let's see just how fast this boat. Congo. Well, that's as fast as it Congo, so this is going to be unbearably long for all of us. If you look over here, though, folks, looks like we're now entering banana country, so keep your eyes peeled if you need to split.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, now it looks like there's a giant jungle python over here, folks. Now, you know how I know that's a python and not a boa? Well, because it's got no feathers. Yeah! The more you know. Oh, now, folks, looks like these gorillas over here have really gotten into some funky business. Those come naturally to them. With that, folks, looks like we're now entering the Nile River, and I should tell y'all, well, if you don't believe me, then you're in denial. Now that reminds me, folks, the Nile River is the longest river in the world. Gets its name, well, because it goes on for Niles, 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 Niles. Now, folks, over here is a giant African bull elephant. Now, they're gorgeous creatures, but also very rare. So enjoy them while you can, because you're never going to see one again. Well, that figures. Anyways, folks, if you look over here, it's world famous. I'm sure you recognize it. It's The Rock.
Yes, The Rock.
Yeah, they made a movie here, you know, starring. Alright, you know what? A lot of people take that for granted, but I think it's one of our bolder attractions. Some are also jaded by it, though, but I think it's a real diamond in the rough. I tend to marvel at it myself. What do I know? Those are just my sentiments. Oh, folks, looks like these lions are protecting that sleeping zebra, right? That's exactly how zebras sleep. Yeah, it looks dead. Tired, dead and tired to me. We should probably just let it rest. In peace. Oh, and folks, I don't believe my eyes. This is absolutely incredible to see. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. There's got to be one. At least one. Over there, two. It looks like three, maybe four. In the back there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. At least 1 million rocks on that beach. That is just
Oh my God.
wild. Oh, now, folks, over here is, Schweitzer Falls. Now, folks, Schweitzer Falls, they tell me, has more water go over it in 1 minute than a person can drink in their entire lifetime. Now, folks, I don't know about you all, but personally, I find that fact pretty hard to swallow.
Oh.
Now, don't worry, if that one went over your head, we'll go over it later. This reminds me, guys, we were able to get this plane over here recently from the Jungle Aviation Company for an incredible steal. Galvanized steel. Yeah, we got it for half off.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought we got the good end of that deal.
Yeah.
Anyways, folks, as we continue on our journey through the Joe. Alright, looks like we're now entering a pool of hungry hippos. Is everyone your main call? Stand above, don't point out or anything on me, alright? Don't want to go losing our marbles. They really love marbles. Oh, now folks, the head is headhunter territory. Let me tell you, it's a terrible place to be headed. So nobody lose your head or anything, but those are the remains of my last crew. Yeah, now it's just an art and craft. There's art there in the front, and, well, that's craft. Now, folks, someone did mention something about an ambush over here. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't see a single bush, so I don't know what they were talking about. I see some grasses, a lot of foliage, quite a few palm trees, actually. Looks like there's some vines on that one as well. No, that was routine around. Oh, there's some bamboo in the back. That's kind of surprising. I didn't know that was native either. But You know what, folks? As I said, not a single bush in sight. But anywho, well, now it's time for the 8th wonder of the world. Jungle Cruise, very out. World famous. It's the backside.
Oh my gosh. That was long. That was
And with that,
impressive.
we're now entering the Mekong River. And I'm going to be honest, folks, kind of Mekong me a little nervous, so show of hands who wants to keep going. That figures. All right, folks, get ready. Looks like it's going to be a real root canal.
Oh heck no. Heck no. Oh crap. It's your fault. This is gay. Thank you. Whoa. Oh my god. No. Stop it. I'm so nervous. Giant vipers. I'm not you have that thing.
Well, folks, looks like we're now entering an Indian elephant bathing pool, and that's pretty exciting to see, right? Although, give me 1 second to check something here. Just don't take any photos yet. I gotta see something. Okay, looks like you guys are good. If you want, you can take photos here. Looks like they're all wearing their trunks. Now, folks, if you look over here, it's a great reminder what happens if you stay in the shower for too long. Yeah, you'll turn into an elephant. It almost happened to me once, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just kidding. I don't shower. Now, folks, we're going to try and sneak by this elephant over here, but if you're in the back of the boat, you might want to duck. Goose. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. Just a little bit of dry humor.
Oh my
I
god.
should tell you that most people think that's water, and I should tell you all, well, that it's not. So, folks, you know what they say, all good things must come to an end, and well, hopefully you've learned here today that bad things do too. So, like that, folks, not a moment too soon, and well, quite a few moments that you're all never going to be able to get back. Too late, we're ready to approach the dock. So, I want to thank you folks for joining me on today's Jungle Cruise because, well, we kind of laughed together. We've cried together. We very nearly almost died together. And that makes us kind of like a family, right? Well,
Sure.
like any family, folks, 10 minutes with you all is simply enough. Yeah. So with that being said, I don't have very much left to say, but I do want to say, well, thank you, folks. If you've enjoyed today's Jungle Cruise, well, then I'm Skipper Jake from State Farm. All I wear is khaki. And you've been in good hands. If you didn't enjoy today's Jungle Cruise, well then, folks, I'm Mr. Toad, and this has certainly been a wild ride. Now, folks, like that, in just a few moments here, we're going to be getting ready to approach that dock. I do, unfortunately, see the skips messing around up there, loading the wheelchair boat. Yeah, it looks like they're doing some training currently, so unfortunately, folks, I do have some good news and bad news. The good news is that we're still floating, so yay. The bad news is that it looks like we're waiting, but at least we're waiting on the water and not wading in the water.
True.
Am I right?
Yeah, seriously.
So, folks, in the meantime, I do have some safety reminders for you as we get ready to approach that dock to disembark. I want to remind you, folks, to, well, keep your hands, arms, legs, feet, any other appendage you brought inside the boat and away from the dock's edge as we approach. I wouldn't want you to feel any unnecessary peer pressure.
Oh.
I also want to remind you, folks, to exit through the same door through Jennerton. All right, don't cross the center crate. It's not a crate idea. It's also a tripping hazard and a fire hazard because you trip, you fall, I laugh, I get fired. We all go home sad. You guys end up with less teeth. Then you'd have to get that root canal you were all so deadly afraid of earlier, right? All right, folks. Well, like that, it looks like we're just about clear and ready to approach that dock. So, folks, you know what they say? Well, after a cruise like that one, there's really not much left for me to tell you. But I do have one thing that I would like to say to all you good folks today, and that's the same thing that my dear sweet family said to me as they dropped me off from college. And that's, well, folks, your free ride's over. So gather up all your personal belongings and, well, get out.
Okay, whoa.